Alright, so I got a new redesign today. I already done a redesign of Jackie and Sonya, so I figured I'd do another Special Forces one and give JAX a main roster MK1 design as opposed to his cameo. So here we go. Alright, so JAX's character designs in Mortal Kombat history have been kind of hit or miss. I wasn't really a fan of his MK2 design at all because it was kind of bland, but the metal arms look in Mortal Kombat 3 was interesting. Then the MK4 one was bland. The MK Deadly Alliance one is arguably racist. The Uzis the backwards hat in the Mortal Kombat chain is wild, but his Mortal Kombat vs DC one was kind of cool. It looked different for JAX. His MK9 and X costumes I wasn't really a fan of outside of his Revenant one. It's one of the few Revenant designs in MK I actually like, just because it looked so different. But his MK11 design might be my favorite JAX look of all time. They did a good job with both old and young JAX, making him look familiar but different. And for I guess a new era Mortal Kombat 1 design, I wanted to think along the lines of like the young JAX in MK11. But I didn't want him looking dated like 1992, so I wanted to give JAX a young look but sort of fitting into Mortal Kombat 1 almost, sort of the same way that was done with like Kung Lao and Raiden. So let's see how this turned out. So I started with a simple pose off just because it's like his arms and stuff is going to be metal, so I don't need him necessarily looking crazy here. I also wanted JAX to have sneakers for some reason, don't necessarily know why. That's also ironic considering what I said about his Deadly Alliance attire earlier, but the vest look from MK11 I also thought was pretty cool, but I didn't just want to give him a vest again. I didn't just want to completely rip off the MK11 look entirely. Just little things like his arms I wanted to keep. And I wanted something as usual that made reference to his UMK3 design. I'm always stealing from UMK3 for whatever reason, but I feel like those designs were really cool for his time. They just need to be updated a little bit in the modern games. Or I just have a bias, being honest. But I kept that, and like I said, I took the vest from MK11 and sort of made it into a hoodie. One thing I didn't do in this design that I do in a lot of them is just sticking in random asymmetrical design elements. I actually stayed away from that this time. Purely by accident, I didn't really think about it, it just happened that way. But the line art was pretty simple. Then going from there, the color scheme was also, I guess, easy enough too. Like I said, I was taken from UMK3, so I wanted a black and purple design, or at least I wanted a lot more purple in the design than anything else. Like I said, the black and red one probably would have been cool, but I'm just not a fan of that MK2 look, so I wrote red off entirely. Now that I think about it, the red might have been cooler, but whatever, it is what it is. And then I had to go back and do the details in on the arms as well, just to get the almost aligned details in his metal arms down pat. Then sort of like fade his hair out too. Is another thing I needed to go back and do before shading. Shading a little difficult for whatever reason. A combination of two things. Trying to get the sheen to look the way I wanted it to on his arms, or at least making sure the shadows were in the right spots. Once again, I needed to go back over his arms a second time. The other issue is, I don't know why my new tablet pen has this weird thing that it'll occasionally do where I'll go to draw a line and it'll start the line in one spot and then pick it up somewhere else on the screen. I don't know why, but it's really annoying, but whatever. I'd rather this than having no tablet pen at all. But after getting that straight, I went ahead and did the highlights. I needed to do those twice, just doing like, instead of doing normal highlights and specs, I had to do the normal highlights and then come back and do the specs on a whole nother layer, just because of how I did it. Sort of saved some extra time of back and forth. And that was pretty much it. And I had a young MK1 JAX. And he actually looks really young here. Like I said before, he looks like he might be like 19 or 20. I'll let you guys come up with a reason why he would be missing his arms and they need to be metal already, but whatever. It's the new era. Kenshi's already blonde, so who cares? But in any event, let me know what you think of the design in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you haven't. And you all have a good one. And I'm out.
It's over, Jarek. Shinnok is dead. The good guys won. You're coming back with me.
Never, Sonya. I agreed to help defeat Shoutout, not turn myself into the Special Forces. The Black Dragon live on!
The Black Dragon died with Kano. You're the last one, Jarek. Come in, Major Briggs. This is Lieutenant Sonya Blade. What?
Sonya, this is Major Briggs. Come in. Sonya, this is JAX. Are you there? Going somewhere, Jarek? JAX! I thought you were going to. Thought I was what? Dead? Like my partner you just tossed off the cliff? I'm sorry, JAX. Please, don't drop me. Wait, I promise. Too late, Jarek. You can't drop me. You have to uphold the law. You have to arrest me. Wait. This is brutality. You can't do it. Wrong, Jarek. This is not a brutality. This is a fatality.